Okay, so in number 1, what point satisfies the equation 2x plus 3y equals 8? What it's really asking for you to do is plug in an x and y into the equation where the x and the y go and see which one satisfies it and which one equals 8. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to plug in negative 1 and 3. If I plugged in negative 1 for 2 and 3 for y, I would have negative 2 plus 9 equals 8. Well, that's not true. That's 7. It would be 7 equals 8, and that's not true. So let's try a different one. Maybe choice D. If I did negative 2 and 4, that gives me negative 4 plus 12 equals 8. And that is true. Negative 4 plus 12 does equal 8. So D satisfies the equation. And number 2. Using y equals mx plus b. They give me an x and a y. So I'm going to plug in my y and my x. They also give me a slope and m over here. So this ends up being negative 2 equals negative 15 plus b. I'm going to add 15 back to both sides. And I get positive 13 equals b. So which one of these choices has a slope of negative 3 and a y-intercept of 13, positive 13? That would be choice C. Number 3 is an easier version of number 2 because the point they give you happens to be on the y-axis. It's the y-intercept. You could go through and do this process again, but if you recognize that 0, negative 1 is the y-intercept, you have your slope and your y-intercept already. So which slope is 2 with a y-intercept of negative 1? Choice A. Number 4. It says the exact volume is another way of saying in terms of pi. We've seen in terms of pi before, but another way to say that is exact volume. So here's your formula, which will be given to you. That's what the formula looks like after you plug in the 2 for the radius, because the diameter was 4, but you really want the radius. And what we're going to do is ignore the pi and put that just in the answer down here. So we're really going to just do 4 times whatever 2 cubed is divided by 3. 2 cubed is 8 times 4 is 32. So we have 32 pi over 3 cubic centimeters. 32 thirds really doesn't reduce, so let's leave it like that. Number 5, volume of a cone, pi r squared h divided by 3 because it's pointing. And here's the formula, but it gives us the volume. So it's giving us that the volume is 48 pi. And we have pi r squared times the height we know is 9 divided by 3. So what we're asked to find here is the r. We're going to work backwards and find what the radius was. Since there's a pi on both sides, we can just cancel them both out. You take the same thing off of both sides, it's still an equation. So now I have 48 equals 9r squared over 3. I just reordered the numerator. 9 divided by 3 is 3. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. I have 16 equals r squared, which means 4 is the radius. So that was giving you the answer, so to speak, and asking you to find part of the equation, which was the radius. This one is another cone, but you had to draw it yourself. So I drew the cone. I had the height shown as 15. The radius is 7. So that looks like that once you plug in the 7 and the 15 in the appropriate places. You calculate that all out on a calculator, you get 769.68955 cubic centimeters. And what I see here is they didn't tell us to round it off to a certain decimal place, so we'll leave it like that. Don't forget your label, cubic centimeters, because we have volume. Number 7, some angles here. It told us angle 1 was 32 degrees, so I put that in. It told us that angle 4 was 72. If angle 4 is 72, then its supplement right next to it is 108. So that makes that angle 108. And if I'm looking for angle 3, I now have this triangle right here, and I know two of the angles. I know 108 and 32, which means I have 140, making this 40, because I need to get to 180 with an entire triangle. In number 8, hopefully you recognize that this is often used, so is this, and so is this. And if you read this one backwards, it says a word that we're not allowed to say. SSA and ASS are not a valid reason for congruence. Number 9, it told us that A and B are congruent angles. It said E was the midpoint, which means that this side and this side have to be the same. And then you have vertical angles in the middle. So I have angle, side, angle. Number 10. This has to do with isosceles triangles. There's actually two of them. The first one tells us that AB is congruent to AC, which means those two sides are the same. If that's true, then those two angles have to be the same. It also says AB and AD are the same, which means those two angles have to be the same. If I start with 180 and take 50 away, I have 130, which means both of these have to be 65. Looking at the bottom triangle, this one's done a little bit differently because this is the vertex angle. So these two are the same, which means that would be 55. Together, that adds up to 110, which leaves me with 70 at the top. What it really wants, though, is angle CBD. Angle CBD is this angle here, 65 and 55 together. A giant, huge obtuse angle is 120 degrees. I will do page 12 in a second video and post it separately.